I'm Richard Treves, communicating with web maps. Web maps is about communicating with maps, and it's the communication part that's really important. It's how do you present information. I am really excited about this because it's a particular time at the moment that web maps are becoming really common in everyday use, and there's lots of them out there, and it's become possible with the tools to actually make them for yourselves. So we've seen people in Haiti with the Haiti earthquake, people actually got in and were starting to map the roads and the bridges that were collapsed. There's a great movement of people being able to create maps, people looking at web maps. The major assignment for the course is going to be a Google Earth tour, so they're going to produce a 3D fly-through looking at houses and maps and roads, and we're going to have them building this 3D fly-through, which is actually incredibly easy now to do in Google Earth. You'd think from it being web maps it's going to be quite techy, but deliberately I'm not going to aim that way. I'm going to keep it quite simple. And the main thing that I'm covering really is design. And the reason I'm interested in that more than talking about the deep technical details of producing web maps is that design is something that crosses over into putting together tables, putting together graphs, putting together diagrams. So we're going to be covering skills that aren't just applying to web maps, but to all these other things as well. A big part of designing web maps and designing anything on the web is trying to think yourself into who the person is who's going to be using that. And when you see things from that viewpoint, you can make a much better map, you can make a much better web page. So a lot of the course is going to be looking at this user focus, rather than typically what we see in a lot of web pages, a technological focus on what tools have we got and rolling them out, without really thinking about how they appear to people. The way the course is going to run is going to be using lectures, but we're going to be using wikis as well, with students writing assignments and students writing notes directed to the web, and everyone can see them. There's a huge breadth of students that this applies to. So classically, geographers are interested in it, obviously. Geologists are all about maps as well, but it's all kinds of other subjects that you wouldn't think are really interested in maps. As historians, archaeologists are always doing maps, and those spatial things is where things are really important to all those different people. So there's a huge breadth of students to whom this will be applicable and hopefully interesting.